We are Marshall. Bum ba bum 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 bum. No, I thought that was their fight song.
I thought we were just going to review all the commercials for today's episode.
Wait a minute. So we're not in good hands?
We're with Matthew, so we're in good hands.
Matthew Fox?
Not that Matthew. I was talking about McConaughey, but sure.
Wait a minute.
You'll be in good hands this weekend. I know that.
Wait a minute. Am I the only one who felt like the beginning of this movie was a Final Destination movie?
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, Bunk?
Good morning, Vietnam!
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I feel the need for speed.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
You do! You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
What up, film fans? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to episode 363. Welcome to We Are Marshall. You're listening to a brand new episode of the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Juan, and I am joined by the cast, the crew, my Matthew Fox. Zach?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I don't know really how to take that response, but, it's cool.
It is another Tippy Top Tuesday here in the good old South. It is a crisp 70 degrees here in Oklahoma City, August 23rd, August 26th, 2025. Zach, man, how have you been?
I've been all right. Literally just working, and we talked about it pre-recording, but you ever just want to get rid of just crap in your house that you don't need? It feels really refreshing.
What did you get rid of?
I got rid of like 4 things of books. I got rid of some clothes. I'm just purging all over the place, and it actually feels real nice.
Consent.
Yeah. I know you just moved. You just recently moved, so I know you probably got rid of a bunch of stuff.
You ever seen the movie Throw Mama from a Train?
No, I can't say that I have.
Well, I didn't get rid of that, so
Is that a Dollar General exclusive?
Whoa, that's a Billy Crystal 90s movie. Okay, look it up. Throw Mama from a Train. It's a classic.
I'm not judging, but I'm just like, where'd you buy it at?
Oh, vintage stock.
Oh, exactly. I'm
surprised you've never seen it.
No, I've not seen that movie. I'm not your little Blockbuster behind you in the picture. I don't own every movie in the world.
You know what? If you guys did not join us on last week's episode, we had a fun conversation all about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Zach, I got to be honest with you. I didn't expect that movie to be that much of a fun conversation.
Yeah, it felt like a new watch. Felt like a brand new experience, and yeah, I agree. I thought it would be like a good conversation, but I think the fact that it was just like, I don't know, we had an in-depth conversation about it, and it felt real nice.
Anytime you guys join us for an episode, we talk all kinds of movies. If you guys have never seen an episode, or if you guys have never tuned in, this is kind of like a book club. We're just 2, 3, 4, 5 nerds, whoever wants to join in. Sometimes we hang out on the internet, and we talk about movies. We don't give in-depth exclusive interviews. We don't critique movies to where, we go scene by scene by damn scene. We just love hanging out, with each other and talking about movies. So this is kind of something that we can do. Like we normally, how do you explain this to somebody who's never listened? We hang out and talk about movies. And Zach's right. This is all physical media.
Yeah.
It's
kind
not.
of
It's not CGI. It's not. It's not fake. It's not a background.
it's
There,
it's
there's
it's
box.
practical effects. All those movies in the background are real.
Yeah. It's a paint. It's a painting.
Yeah.
Um.
You just rip it down when we're done with the show.
Yeah. But if you guys want to go back and listen to last week's episode or any other episode that we've always had, hit us up on the social media, facebook.com/the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. The Instagram is all one word, the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. X is at Cinnamon405. And then the email, CINEMEN921 @gmail.com. We have a San Marcos $100 gift card giveaway that is happening right now. Go back and listen to last week's episode if you want to hear the details, and I'll give them away a little bit later. Again, or if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you're watching us with this movies and the little mess that I have here. That's not CGI. I wish it was. But yeah, join us, hang out with us every single Tuesday. We talk movies, all kinds of stuff. So. We have profile pieces here in a few weeks. We're going to be getting ready for a Matthew McConaughey top 5. Next week, Zach, we're going to be talking about Jaws, our 7th year anniversary, and our top 7 Steven Spielberg films. That should be fun.
Oh yeah, that's always. Like I said, I got a golden notebook over here, all dedicated to Mr. Spielberg. So that'll be coming out of the desk.
It's been a long time since we've done like a top 5 list or top 7 or
When was the last top 5 we actually did? Was it earlier this year? Because we haven't done one probably since. I know we haven't done one this whole summer. So
since our favorite movies in last year.
yeah, so that was March, I think.
Yeah, February. So, we did it early this year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, like that just proves like how fast time is going. Like I can't even remember what we talked about last week, much less February.
Yeah, Weapons, Happy Gilmore 2, and One Flew Over. Oh my God! Did you go back and listen to that, or even watch it?
I listened to a part of it. I was just like, "Damn!" I was not expecting that kind of reaction to it.
Did you check out Happy Gilmore 2?
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you think?
I didn't like spawn hate it the way you were talking about it.
I spawn hate it.
It's Sandler doing Sandler. I mean, that at the end of the day, that's what it is. So, I know you adore that original film. So it's just must have been like a real punch in the gut when you watch that.
I felt like I was watching Hubie Halloween.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Recent watches and recommendations. We hang out and talk about maybe some stuff that we've watched over the week or that we would recommend to each other or listeners. Zach, you want to go first?
Yeah, it's a short week. I finally got through. I did like a watch of Shifting Gears, the Tim Allen show that came out early this year. Season 2 comes out starts October 1st, I think. But 10 episodes. Tim Allen doing Tim Allen things. And then watch the phenomenal documentary Jaws at 50, the definitive inside story. You can stream it on Hulu, Disney Plus, or if you bought the recent re-release on the 50th anniversary 4K edition Blu-ray, it's on there. I highly recommend watching it before we do our show next week. It's very informative. There are things about it that I didn't even know about, and it was an awesome. It's like an hour and 20 minutes, so it's in and out.
Dude, there's like on the 4K that I bought 2 years ago or 3 years ago. There's an hour and a half long documentary on that one. I wonder if it's the same one.
No, I know the one you're talking about. This is like an updated version with I think the one you're talking about was like filmed like in the early 2000s. This is like brand new.
Interesting.
So, what about you?
It's been a fun week, man. I gotta say, I've been trying to get through and watch some stuff more than normal. I I did check out. What did I watch? What did I talk about last week? Oh, Never Been Kissed and Ever After. I talked about those. Okay, so I finished America's Team, The Gambler and His Dallas Cowboys on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not a football fan or even if you're not a Dallas Cowboy fan, this documentary is put together so well. And I got to say, it's like Netflix is on a roll with the documentaries they're putting together, whether it's like unsolved murder cases, wrestling, football, the Michael Jordan stuff. Their documentaries have been fire lately. Um, they have a new Katrina one that just came out this week. So I'm looking interested in getting into that one as well. The Dallas Cowboy documentary is phenomenal. Like I said, even if you're not a sports fan, I think I would put this up there with the Michael Jordan,
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
Yeah.
So I would put that up there with that. So if you love documentaries, give that one a shot. You know what, Zach? I watched this little movie with Vince Vaughn called Nona's.
Nona's.
Nona's. It's a Vince Vaughn film based on a true story, Netflix exclusive.
Is that the cooking one about like the
Yes.
Italian family? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 3 actors from The Sopranos in it. Talia Share's in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I heard good things about it.
I gave it a 4. It's up there, man. I really like that movie.
Is
Have
it?
you
Did
seen
you
it?
see? I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen Chef, the John Favreau movie?
Yes.
Is it kind of like that? It looks like that, but I don't know if it is like that same story.
No, this one is where pretty much he wants to do something different with his life and he puts together a restaurant and he's like, "Hey, let me bring in real nonas, let me bring in real grandmas to come in and cook at this restaurant."
Hmm.
And that's what he does, and it's based on a true story, and in real life the restaurant is still up and running today.
Wow. Okay.
So highly recommend that and America's Team. Those are both on Netflix. I rewatched We Are Marshall, obviously, for today's episode. You know what, a recent watch that I just rewatched again that was a lot better this second time around? The Weird Al Yankovic movie.
With Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Mm.
I laughed numerous times during this rewatch, and I had a good time with it. Have you ever seen it?
No, I've heard good things about it. Are you preparing to go see Weird Al when he comes here to Oklahoma?
Dude,
Is
I
that
want
what-
I want to. Are you going?
No.
I want to, but he'll be here in a few weeks. I'm like, I don't know if I can gather up the
Money.
significant funds. But anyway, that movie was phenomenal. A second time watching it, and I laughed more this time than I did the last time. Especially when you go into this movie telling yourself it's a satire and don't take it serious.
Yeah.
It's real funny. So if I had to recommend anything, go check out Netflix, man. Their documentaries, the Dallas Cowboys, Nona's, good watch, good week for me as far as watches go. So yeah.
Nice.
So, but let's dig into the meat and potatoes of today's episode. Zach is going to deliver the cast, crew, and the synopsis. Before we get there, we're talking We Are Marshall. Currently on IMDb is a 7.1. Rotten Tomatoes is 48%. The Metascore is 53%. The Letterbox is a 3.3 out of 5. With a $65 million budget, it only grossed $43 million at the box office. This is our reconnaissance episode of the month. We only have 4 months left after this. So, Zach, cast, crew, synopsis?
Yeah, so as mentioned, Matthew McConaughey, Matthew Fox, Ian McShane, Anthony Mackie, Kate Mara, January Jones, Brian Gertie, and David Strahan.
Brian Gerthy.
Yeah. In 1970, Marshall University in the small town of Huntington, West Virginia, when a plane crash claims the lives of 75 of the school's football players, staff members, and boosters. New coach Jack Lingle arrives on the scene in March 1971, determined to rebuild Marshall's thundering herd and heal a grieving community in the process. You can currently stream this movie on the
Hulu?
Roku channel, Hulu, YouTube TV, or you can get it Apple TV or Fandango for $3.99, or you can watch it with on TBS or TNT free with cable TV if anyone's still.
Listen, why don't you just go get a physical copy?
Or check out your local library and get the DVD of it.
Who watches DVDs anymore?
I do, damn it.
But you know what? There's somebody watching this
Free.
there's somebody watching this or listening to this that's like, who still gets Blu-rays? Yeah. So anyway, man, let's talk about We Are Marshall. I'll go first. First time watch compared to now. I've seen this movie probably about 3 or 4 times. Before I was so busy, every August, September, I'd always gather up my little football movies, watch me a few movies before, football season kicks off. And believe it or not, this was one of the movies that was not rotated. I did not watch this yearly. I've only seen this like 3 times. This is the first time I've watched it in a minute. When I watched it the first time, I was like, it's a feel good story. This second time around, I had some small nitpicking issues with it, but it was still a feel good story. What about you?
I'm going to be completely honest. I do not remember the last time I've seen this movie. I know I've seen it at some point. It's one of those situations where I know I've watched it. I know certain scenes pop out as I was watching it, but I can't remember the first time I saw it. This time watch, I'm kind of like you. I've got some nitpicks about it, but at the end of the day, it's a very traditional sports movie. So I don't know if that's good or bad, or we'll get into it.
In the comments of our good legendary Lee Corso, who's going to retire this Saturday during college game day during the Texas-Ohio State game. Not so fast, buddy. I kind of feel the same way. To me, a real life incident that is so tragic that the football program almost completely just never recovered. If you ask certain people, they never recovered in the 70s because they lost so many games. And there's still some other schools out there like a Wichita State. They had a plane crash with their football program and they never recovered. They still don't have football to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, I think a movie can be so traumatic, or events. Let's say that events can be so traumatic and just so hard to put together in a storybook or in a movie that some stories shouldn't be told into a movie.
Yeah.
I think We Are Marshall is one of those stories that should not have been turned into a movie.
Yeah, I mean, the movie is so, given the subject matter, you completely understand, but it's so emotionally heavy-handed to the point where, like, when we actually get to the sports, I feel like the emotional weight of the movie overshadows that. Like, in my opinion, like, when we got to the sports sequences, I was just kind of like, okay, we're still worried about,
you don't care about the sports scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm kind of the opposite. Well, no, I'm the same, but for different reasons. I didn't care about the sports scenes, but I was nitpicking this movie so bad that the sports scenes to me weren't done good enough.
They're very generic, if that makes sense. It's almost like
it does make sense. This movie felt like I was watching like a made for Hallmark TV channel movie.
Exactly. Yes.
And even though Matthew McConaughey is in it, Matthew McConaughey, let's take a look at this picture right here. Bam! Right there. What is that? That is a Southern Texas man who, no matter what you do, you cannot grope the Texas accent out of this man.
Yeah.
And I love Matthew McConaughey. I like all of his movies. We're about to talk about Next Generation, Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a few weeks. So don't get me wrong. I love Matthew McConaughey.
I got COVID that day. I can't do it.
No, you're not. No, you're not. So, but no matter what, he cannot not do the Texas accent. So I think Coach Langrel is a Ohio boy. He's an Ohio man, and they have him still talking like a Southern Texan.
Yeah. It doesn't work, honestly.
It doesn't work, and obviously, like the events were so traumatic. But I am just not buying, even though this movie is almost 20 years old. I'm not buying some of the characters in this movie because it did feel just made for TV Hallmark like movie.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be completely honest, and I feel like I'm like cutting the legs out from it in this movie. I feel like there's two things. One, I think it was kind of smart not to actually show the plane crash. We actually, we're on the plane and like the lights go out and it like fades to black. It just goes to black, and we actually see the crash scene. We don't see the plane actually go down, but I feel like if this movie, well, we see it from a distance, but we don't actually see. We don't get like a Michael Bay sequence or anything like that.
You don't get a Final Destination plane scene.
Explosion. Yeah. I think that was smart. I think if this movie was made today, we would go all out and do that. But the other part of it is that like we don't spend any time with these characters. We have like the opening like football sequence or the game. Like we get Robert Patrick, we get the main quarterback, we get Kate Mara as the cheerleader, and we don't even get to know like any of the real players that ultimately pass away. And so we just, we get Anthony Mackie's character and his group. They don't get to play the game and they don't get on the plane. But there's
So I got to step in because I think a movie like this and the story,
there's no connection is what I guess what I'm trying to say.
Well, the story is so real and traumatic that I think that opening plane crash, you don't need a feeling. You don't need character development. It's so bad that you feel for the players who passed in later scenes.
Like I thought the most emotional sequence of the movie was after the plane crash, and you see like it's like a wide shot of like the cemetery, and there's multiple funerals going on at the same time.
Well, so let me back up a minute. One of the most traumatic scenes in this movie is when Nate and other players get to the actual site and the plane is on fire and they're like, boys, there is no front of this plane. That's a traumatic scene.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you Google real life photos of the incident, and dude, it is horrific. It is scary. It's a black and white eerie feeling. The photos are insane. But what I mean by you feel for the players who died in later scenes, best scene of the movie is when Matthew McConaughey takes the team after I think they lost 1 or 2 games and they're still looking for that first win, and he takes them to the funeral home, the grave site, the grave site, and he gives his speech, which Texas accent or not, Matthew McConaughey kills.
He can give a speech.
Yeah, he gives the speech. And by the way, I hope he gives the speech before Texas plays Ohio State Saturday, because that got me fired up and amped up. But
I don't know what that is, but I'll get weird email. I'll get weird text on Saturday about different things.
Dude, I almost want to talk about Jaws Friday night.
Yeah, that's true. Because if I don't think Texas is going to lose, but if they do lose, that episode's going to be terrible.
No, but going back to the movie, when he tells them that there's no more funerals after today, and he's like, we're going to go out, we're going to win this game, like that is where you feel for all the players who passed away in the plane crash.
Yeah, I would agree. That is one of the better moments in the movie. And then going back to like the actual plane site crash where everything's on fire, and the Ian McShane character, who's the father of the quarterback, Paul Griffin, when the fire department or whoever it is comes up there and says like, don't, you just no, like you could see the hurt on his face, and it's just that really shows,
dude.
And like
Ian McShane has not aged one bit, and I feel like he was about to go get the Baba Yaga to like to fend for his son's life in this movie, and I'm like,
It's weird. It's like a John Wick prequel. Didn't know that was a thing.
Ian McShane just did not age, and I'm like, dude, this movie was almost 20 years ago, and the dude still can.
Looks the same.
But after seeing him in John Wick, I did not believe the blue collar dad hard hat guy. Like I said, I was expecting him to take off the hard hat and be in a suit, and like, I'm gonna go get Keanu Reeves. He's gonna put this football team together, boy.
Yeah, no, I agree. But he's definitely Ian McShane is one of those, I guess, character actors, I guess you could say, where like when he shows up, it's just like, oh, I didn't know he was in this. It's just like it makes the experience a little bit better.
But let's also take some good away from this movie. I think football scenes have been so good in films past, like let's say Rudy, let's say Friday Night Lights, let's say what's the movie with James Van Der Beek? Varsity Blues.
Yep.
Let's say
I thought that was good. Football sequences in Radio. I thought
Radio, Remember the Titans.
Yep.
There's so many good football movies that it's almost sometimes hard to live up to how good those scenes can be. Tom Cruise. Those football scenes and Jerry Maguire.
Oh yeah.
Al Pacino, Any Given Sunday.
Yep.
So I think with how good there really are some good football movies out there, football scenes are given. It's almost like a boxing movie, right?
Yeah.
Like a really good boxing movie is going to have a good story and good fight scenes.
Yeah.
You can't have one or not the other.
Yeah, I feel like boxing is a good example because like Rocky, Raging Bull, Creed, you have great stories, but also have great fight choreography sequences in it, and that's what this one. I feel like it had a great story, but I thought it had like just generic football sequences, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, by the way, without looking it up, how old do you think Ian McShane is?
Oh boy, right now or when he made the movie?
Right now, right at this moment as recording.
I'm going to say, just go on a limb note and say 68.
82.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, that dude.
So he was about 68 when he made the movie.
Yeah, well, you're actually right on point almost.
Wow. Speaking of, I know this is like a side note, but did you see that HBO Max is going to do a Harry Potter TV show about the forefathers of Gryffindor?
Yeah.
Or not Gryffindor, but
like
Gryffindor's.
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have Tom Hiddleston is going to play Slytherin.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill. You do not seem interested in this at all.
Listen. I'm all for Harry Potter. I'm hesitantly excited about this TV show that they're doing with, I guess each season is going to be one of the books.
Yep.
Do we need spin-offs? Do we need that? We tried that with Fantastic Beasts and it didn't work so well.
Well, when you get Tom Hiddleston to sign up for something and Henry Cavill, I'm all in.
You're just like, you want to go ahead and renew your HBO Max subscription.
And then I heard, because there's only one cast member of the Harry Potter TV show that hasn't been announced yet, and I heard that they have Cillian Murphy signed up to possibly be Voldemort.
Which, I mean,
that would save any TV show that anybody might have had negative feelings about.
If they announced right now that Cillian Murphy is going to be Voldemort, we're in good hands. Like, okay,
they said they're not going to announce it until you see him in the TV show.
Which that's cool. That's what I think that's a great way of getting people excited. You actually make people tune in to see who's going to play these characters instead of saying, "Oh, Henry Cavill is going to be Voldemort," and then like 2 months before the show comes out, "Oh, never mind. It's not gonna happen." Just let it be a surprise. How about that?
Yeah.
If it's an unknown person, then which Voldemort's a really big character, which I'm sorry, this is our Harry Potter spinoff podcast. Voldemort's a big character, so I think like Ralph Fiennes with the movies, they're going to have to put someone like a pretty big name in that role.
Yeah.
John Lithgow is doing Dumbledore, so that kind of makes sense, I think.
Fuck. Sorry.
That's the point where you jump off.
He's gonna have his Lord Farquaad accent.
Oh my god!
He's not an English actor, is he?
No, he's an American actor. No,
So why is he playing Dumbledore?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Why
let's
is Matthew McConaughey playing a Ohio coach?
let's go to some of the scenes where now he's a big name actor. He's a multi-paid $1 million MCU star. Anthony Mackie in this movie was a joy to watch, even though he wasn't really in it much. When he
Yeah.
was on screen, you're just kind of like, man, I feel for every emotion that guy's going through.
Yeah, and what's weird about it is like when you kind of go back and look at his filmography, it's almost like, oh, I forgot he was even in that. We know him so much now as Falcon / Captain America, but it's just like this guy's been in a lot of stuff. Like,
He's old. He's old as dirt, dude. He was born in 1978.
Yeah, he's 46 now. Yeah,
Yeah, he's about as old as America.
well, maybe not that old. But
You know what they say, brother? Black don't crack, baby.
you say that, or like other people say that, and you just repeat what other people say.
No, man, he looks good for his age, man. Matthew Fox wasn't very.
I don't like that dude. There's just something about him I just do not like.
You know who would have been a good, maybe like a good, maybe side piece to this instead of Matthew Fox would probably be. I know he's probably a lot younger than Matthew. He's a lot older than Matthew Fox, but I did enjoy David Strahan
Mm-hmm. I think
as
he
the
should have been the assistant coach.
as the president. I thought he's always mixed in there. He's kind of like Barry Pepper. When Barry Pepper's in something, you're like, oh man, he's good in every little thing he does.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I feel about Daniel Strahan.
yeah, I agree. I think he's. Did you ever see Good Night and Good Luck, the George Clooney movie?
It's a good movie. Yeah, I did.
He's phenomenal in that.
Yeah. The director MCG.
McG? You don't know McG, bro?
I don't know McG. I was thinking of is he related to MC Hammer, or are
No.
those two different? So
Now let me pull up McG's
he-
filmography, and I want to list off some things.
is he MGK's cousin or something?
No. So he's direct, but the two films he did before this was the Charlie's Angels movies with Cameron Diaz, Charlie's Angels and Full Throttle.
Interesting.
He's done after this. He did Terminator Salvation, This Means War, the Reese Witherspoon, Tom Hardy, Chris Pine movie.
Oh, that's funny.
3 Days to Kill with Kevin Costner. He did the babysitter movies on Netflix. And then the last one he did was Uglies, which came out last year, which I've heard is pretty bad. So he's done pretty like blockbuster type films.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Invincible.
Oh, Invincible, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen Invincible in a long time, but I think I like that one better than this one.
Same thing with The Express. Have you seen The Express?
Is that the one with about oh god, what's his name?
Jim Brown? Or
Yeah.
no, Ernie Davis.
Yeah, Ernie Davis, yep.
But yeah, Draft Day is a very good football movie with Kevin Costner.
Yep. The Blind Side.
Eh.
Oh, your favorite football movie of all time, The Waterboy. Mm-hmm. The Longest Yard.
Hey, what do I mean?
I was hoping there was a third Adam Sandler football movie, but there's not one that's popping up.
No, it's just The Longest Yard. And
what about The Replacements with Keanu Reeves?
Dude, I haven't seen that movie in such a long time, but that's another one I should put on the watch list.
All the Right Moves, is that Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
And
there's
he
a
even,
bunch of football movies.
it's not a football movie, but you know what's really good is Coach Carter.
Oh, Coach Carter's really good. We might have to do
A sports top 5 movie.
yeah.
We can RIP to the sports breakers. Yeah, we can do a top 5 sports movies one day. Uh, and you know the movie. I like the way the movie started off. You know, going back in the guy is open. He throws the ball, corner of the end zone. Oh, and then he drops it. That just shows to you also, like, A, they were probably cursed. And then B, like, sports is not about, you're not going to win every game. It's almost like the opposite of which the Terminator said at the beginning of the movie.
I'll be back.
No, the other Terminator, the Silver Terminator.
Oh, Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, yeah, he was like, you don't. It's not how you win the game. It's you play the game to win or lose. Like, it's kind of the opposite, But Marshall too is also just a really bad football team. Like, I still think personally they never recovered after this. But I do like the highlight at the end of the video package. You got to see,
What
they,
happened to everybody?
yeah.
Which I mean I think it struck one last emotional chord where the Anthony Mackie characters he went back to be buried with his teammates when he died. So I'm like, ugh, God, how much more emotional terrorism do you want to do in this movie?
Yeah. And let's not forget, like, I say Marshall hasn't recovered, or they didn't have big moments since the plane crash, but dude, they developed some really high skilled NFL talent. Troy Brown played for Marshall, Chad Pennington, Byron Leftwich, Randy Moss, Ahmed Bradshaw. Like, a lot of these players are almost Hall of Fame like players. Chad Pennington never won nothing, but he was a solid quarterback for the Jets back in the day. Randy Moss, probably the most known player to ever come out of Marshall. Never won a Super Bowl, but he's a Hall of Famer. So, yeah, man, this movie to me, we'll get ready to talk favorite scenes, but this movie to me is probably, you have top tier football movies, mid grade football movies, memorable, and then probably low tier. This would probably be a memorable. I'd give it like a
Don't
something.
give away. I was gonna say, don't give away your score yet.
Yeah, no, we'll wait. Um,
No, this is one I feel like I don't know. Like I'll probably disagree with you a little bit. It's more on the lower tier aspect of things because it's just like to me it's not very memorable. It's very like I said, it's just a traditional sports movie. I can almost I probably could have gave you like a play by play without even watching the movie. It's very formulaic if that's even a word. So, what was one of your favorite scenes?
we're gonna do favorite scenes already. If I had to pick a favorite scene, honestly, I would pick the scene where he takes the kids out to the gravesite and says, "No more funerals after today. We need to focus on winning." Um, because it also just shows that, yeah, something so tragic can happen in real life.
I would,
But it also shows at some point, man, it's okay to dwell, but you got to move on.
yeah,
Another scene is where Anthony Mackie's telling him his shoulder is fine, and Matthew McConaughey keeps knocking it upside.
yeah. No, when
Very,
he's done. Yeah.
very, very powerful movie or scene. What about you?
The no more funerals scene is really good. I thought another like small scene was with Ian McShane and Kate Mara, where he's kind of convincing her to say like, "Hey, like what you're saying, you got to go live your life. You can't stay here in this town and just dwell on my son's passing. Go live your life. And then maybe it was just like exactly the right moment when I watched this movie, but like the quote unquote without with them realizing they're doing it, the tribute to Ozzy Osbourne, the paranoid like montage of the getting the players together and kind of hanging out and enjoying life. Thought that was fun.
Yeah. You know what also is a joy about this movie is I get to watch Matthew McConaughey eat and talk about apple pie.
Yeah, there's something enjoyable about that. I don't know what, but it is. So what would you score? How would you grade this movie out, man?
So I think the rewatchability is not going to be up to par like I would want in my football movies that I'm going to grab every fall. So, and Matthew McConaughey, I think we talked about in a movie earlier this year. Matthew McConaughey is he's that guy. He's that all right. But at the end of the day, I want good football scenes in my football movies. I want, memorable hits. I want memorable stories. I want memorable coaches, and I need some of the actors to be up to par with Matthew McConaughey. I'm still giving this a 3. Three's solid, but it's not going to be my go-to football movie every year. What about you?
This is a dwindling middle of the road. It's fine. I'm gonna give it a 3. It's not terrible. It's not great. I've seen way better sports movies than this. I've seen better football movies. I've seen better football games better than this. But you got to respect the situation. You got to give sympathy to the situation and the fact that, like you said, I don't know if Marshall University really recovered from this situation, but it's an interesting story. Well, not interesting, it's probably not the right word, but it's an emotional story that I think it deserved to be told, regardless of the heavy-handedness of it sometimes throughout the film. So 3 for me as well.
So yeah, that's our review on We Are Marshall. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
And that's the month of August.
That's insane. We are completely done with August. I still have September banners to make. September is literally just days away. Man. Zach, for our 7th year anniversary, what movie are we redoing?
It's going to be a bunch of anniversaries next Tuesday. We're talking about the 50th anniversary of Jaws, doing a little rewind episode, and it's our 7th anniversary of the podcast, which, dude, that's hard to believe, honestly. And we're going to be talking about our top 7 Spielberg movies. So Jaws is going to be re-released in the theaters this weekend. Go check it out on IMAX or 4DX, wherever is near or by you. And it's streaming on Peacock and a bunch of other places.
I'm going to see it on Blu-ray, but then I got my tickets to go see it on the big screen for the first time this Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going IMAX?
No.
Oh. But yeah, it's streaming. It is currently on Netflix. So if you don't go see it in the theater, check it out on Netflix. So and we got a bunch of stuff coming up for the month of September.
I don't have the posters made, but go ahead and what are we doing? September 2nd, we're doing Jaws. What are we doing September 9th?
September 9th, we're talking about, which I think is in our contract. I think you wrote it in there in bold face ink. We're talking new Denzel, Highest to Lowest, which will be on Apple TV Plus on September the 5th. September the 16th, we're talking about we're going to do 2 McConaughey films. We're talking about Mud on the 16th and Ed TV, which I've never seen before, on the 23rd.
Yeah.
And then September 30th, we wrap up the month by starting spooky season. We're talking about The Conjuring, The Last Rites. So it's going to be packed. month.
It is packed. 5 Tuesdays in September. I can't wait. Speaking of spooky, in 2 days, September 28th, August 28th, me and Nick are over at Friday the 14th podcast. We're going to be talking about Dark Match, which is a Shudder exclusive. It's a wrestling horror movie, so go check it out. Me and Nick are going to be talking about it this Thursday night, 8:30, 9 p.m. Should be a lovely film. I cannot wait to dig into it. Should be fun. I can't wait. It's always good to talk horror movies with Nick. Zach, I think we're going to talk more about it next week, but man, 7 years of this podcast, man. I'm going to ask everybody who's on next week, what does 7 years mean to you? So that's what we're opening up next week with. Other than that, man, anything else you want to do with the final nail in the coffin with Marshall?
No. If you like sports movies, I would say give it a check it out if you're curious, or or you could wait till Saturday at probably whenever they're going to play. Texas is going to play, which I know you are literally counting down the days, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds before they play.
Man, they play Saturday morning, 11 a.m. I can't wait. I'm fired up, boy. I am.
So
Texas's season ended last year in a bowl game against Ohio State. I will go and I'll throw any money I have on this. Texas was the better football team last year, and they did not deserve to lose to Ohio State. This Saturday, they play Ohio State to open up the year in Ohio. Man, Texas, on paper, Texas is the better football team, but we all know this game is not played on paper. I'm excited, man. I want to get up and run a mile now. I'm fired up.
So what time do you want me to pick you up to go see Jaws on Saturday? Should I pick you up around 10 o'clock?
I'm going to be front glued to this. My nails, I'm not going to have any nails after this game. I'm just going to be sitting there just biting. I'm going to be pacing back and forth. Everybody who knows me, who has, whether you're friends with me, whether you've seen me on social media, everybody knows I'm a deep, diehard Texas fan. I've been a Texas fan since I was 10. I went through the David Ash years. I went through the 5 and 7 years. I had people call me and ask if I was okay mentally after they lost to Kansas a long time ago, because Kansas is a dog water of a team and Texas lost to them way back when. So I've been through the lowest of lows with Texas, and now they're preseason ranked number 1. So I hope I'm there for the highest of highs, because you never know what tomorrow brings for anybody. But it's exciting, so I'm ready.
This has been Longhorns, our spinoff podcast. Join us next week as we talk about the game.
You know what, man? Speaking of alma mater, are you going to be watching Oklahoma State plays Thursday night?
I'm not going to the game, but I'm going to see if I can check it out on the old TV. So yeah, I'm. They need a good season after last year just sucks so bad. So
I'm excited. It's always good to have football on. Weather is crisp. Movies are coming out. Horror movies are coming up. Until then, man, next week, don't forget, join us for another new episode of the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. It's our 7th year anniversary. We're giving a gift card away, $100 San Marcos Mexican restaurant gift card. We're giving it away. All you have to do is listen to our opening segment, our opening tune, and name every movie that's in that opening tune. Send it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram to get multiple signups, and you walk away with a $100 San Marcos Mexican restaurant gift card. That's a lot of margaritas.
That is a lot of margaritas.
But until next week, guys, I cannot wait to talk movies again with you. Join us next week, 7th anniversary of the podcast. We have a redo version of Jaws next week on another new episode of the Cine-Men Movie Podcast.